There are whispers in the cosmic wind, ancient echoes of a power so profound, so insidious, that it shaped the very fabric of our collective reality. It's known as the Black Sun Ritual, a forgotten mechanism of cosmic control, a blueprint etched by ancient elites for dominion over consciousness itself. This isn't mere mythology. It's a system of spiritual manipulation woven into the tapestry of history, its symbols lurking in plain sight, in the grandest institutions and the most intimate corners of our perception. We're about to embark on a journey to uncover this hidden influence, to trace its signature across time and uncover how it may be playing out in your own life right now. Prepare to see the patterns, to feel the subtle threads, and to understand the power you have to disrupt its hold. And real quick, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Now let's keep going. The sky at times appears to hold a memory of something hidden, a darkness veiled by the sun's familiar brilliance. This is the lingering trace of the Black Sun, a concept that transcends mere celestial bodies. It speaks of a primordial force, a focal point of inversion that ancient sects understood as the engine of their power. They didn't worship a literal black star in the sky, but rather an internal spiritual void, a mirror to the divine that was deliberately corrupted. This ritual served as their cosmic clockwork, a mechanism designed to siphon energy, to bind souls, and to reinforce a hierarchy that placed them above the natural order. The secrets they unearthed allowed them to manipulate not just people, but the very flow of cosmic energies that bind us all. You've glimpsed the shadow of this ancient power, a ritualistic practice that coiled around the very essence of creation. But where did this profound architectural understanding of control originate? In the next section, we'll delve into the origins, exploring Saturn's role as the original architect of this cosmic system of entrapment. Before the light of conscious awareness bloomed fully, there was a foundational influence, a cosmic architect whose presence is still felt in the deepest, most subtle currents of our reality, Saturn. This planet, often associated with limitation, karma, and structure, served as the foundational blueprint for the Black Sun Ritual. It's not just a celestial body, it's a symbol, an energetic signature that the ancient initiati understood as the primary force of cosmic binding. They saw its rings not as frozen dust, but as infinite loops of cause and effect, a geometric prison designed to keep souls tethered to a cycle of earthly existence. Saturn's shadow is the very foundation upon which dominion was built. We've begun to understand Saturn's role as the architect of cosmic limitation, the planet whose cycles mirror our own spiritual entrapment. But how did this fundamental understanding become twisted into a deceptive system of control? In the next section, we'll uncover the Gnostic veil and explore how this demiurgic entrapment was established. The Gnostic tradition speaks of a flawed creator, a demiurge who fashioned our material world, mistaking his limited creation for the divine. This core concept is crucial to understanding the Black Sun Ritual. The Black Sun itself is not a natural phenomenon, but a symbol of this demiurgic illusion, a spiritual black hole designed to obscure the true light of the divine and to trap souls within a repetitive, materialistic existence. The ancient elites who mastered this ritual understood this mechanism intimately. They learned to harness the energies of this false creator, using its dominion over matter and illusion to enforce their own control over humanity. It's a spiritual prison cloaked in the guise of reality. We've peeled back the Gnostic veil, revealing the demiurge's role in creating a system of spiritual entrapment. But this wasn't a static illusion. It was actively enforced through corrupted divine principles. In the next section, we'll investigate the inversion of sacred names, specifically Astaroth's legacy, and how divine feminine archetypes were twisted. In the ancient texts, certain names held immense power, vibrations that resonated with the divine feminine, with fertility, wisdom, and primal creation. Astaroth, once a powerful goddess, became a symbol of this inversion. Her name, once invoking life-giving celestial energies, was twisted and recast in the grimoires of the Lesser Key, relabeled as a demon, a harbinger of corruption. This wasn't accidental. It was a deliberate act of sacred linguistic warfare. By corrupting the names of benevolent entities, they were able to invert their very essence, turning divine power into tool for subjugation. This inversion weakened the spiritual defenses of humanity, making them susceptible to darker influences. We've witnessed how sacred names, like that of Astaroth, were inverted to become tools of subjugation. But this corruption wasn't a random act, it was a systematic process. In the next section, we will delve into the Lesser Key, examining its contents as the very blueprints of this dominion. The Lesser Key of Solomon is not just an antiquated spellbook. It's a chilling manual, a collection of rituals and sigils that served as the literal blueprints for the Black Sun ritual's dominion. Within its pages lie the encoded instructions for manipulating spiritual forces, for summoning entities used to enforce control, and for understanding the hierarchy of subjugated powers. This grimoire is a direct transmission from the ancient elites who understood the mechanics of consciousness manipulation. It details geometrical configurations, specific incantations, and the precise energetic frequencies required to establish and maintain their system of spiritual control, a system that continues to echo through time. These blueprints laid bare in the Lesser Key reveal the methods of dominion, but they also point to a structured system of command. In the next section, we will explore these infernal hierarchies, understanding the thrones of subjugation that were established to enforce this control. The rituals and symbols unearthed in texts like the Lesser Key are not chaotic forces, they are meticulously organized. The infernal hierarchies described are not random assemblages of dark entities, but rather a structured command chain, a spiritual matrix designed for absolute control. These hierarchies represent the thrones of subjugation, levels of influence and power intended to bind souls and enforce obedience to the Black Sun ritual's overarching agenda. Each demonic title, each rank, represents a specific function within this grand mechanism of spiritual enslavement, a carefully constructed pecking order designed to funnel energy upwards, away from humanity and towards the architects of this system. We've begun to unravel the structured command of the infernal hierarchies, revealing how thrones of subjugation maintain control. But at the apex of this system, at its very heart, lies a deceptive architect. In the next section, we will examine Baal's deception, the potent illusion that acts as the first seal in this cosmic entrapment. At the forefront of these infernal hierarchies stands Baal, a figure often depicted as a king of demons. His deception is the first seal, the initial layer of the Black Sun ritual's power. Baal doesn't typically appear with horns and a pitchfork in the ancient traditions. His allure is far more subtle. He presents himself as a source of knowledge, a grantor of power and invisibility, promising worldly success and hidden wisdom. This is the alluring facade of entrapment. By offering shortcuts to power and enlightenment, Baal pulls individuals into a pact, binding them to the system and subtly inverting their spiritual alignment, making them instruments of the very forces they sought to master. Baal's deception has established the first seal, drawing individuals into the web of this cosmic entrapment. But the power of this ritual extends beyond mere deception. It actively binds and controls through more insidious means. In the next section, we will explore Payman's symphony, the subtle yet powerful sound of binding. The manipulation of consciousness is not solely an intellectual or visual process, it's also deeply auditory. Payman, another prominent figure in the infernal hierarchies, is directly associated with music and sound. His symphony is not a melody of joy, but a complex vibrational cascade, a sonic architecture designed to induce trance states, to disrupt natural energetic frequencies, and to bind the soul to specific patterns of thought and behavior. This is the sound of binding, a carefully engineered sonic resonance that bypasses conscious resistance, embedding itself directly into the psyche, subtly dictating perception and locking individuals into cycles of spiritual stagnation. The Black Sun ritual uses this symphony to tune us to its frequency. Payman's symphony masterfully weaves the sound of binding, subtly orchestrating our inner world. But this control isn't just about creating a specific vibration. It is also about introducing disruptive forces. In the next section, we will examine Pazuzu's breath, the wind of chaos that further destabilizes and scatters the spirit. While Payman's symphony aims to bind, Pazuzu's breath introduces a different kind of manipulation: chaos. Pazuzu, often associated with demonic winds and plagues, represents the force that scatters, that disperses natural order, and that creates confusion. This wind of chaos is a crucial element of the Black Sun ritual. It's designed to disorient the soul, to break down established spiritual defenses, and to create an environment where confusion reigns. In this state of disarray, individuals become more susceptible to external suggestion, less able to discern truth from falsehood, and more easily manipulated by the structured forces of dominion that seek to impose their own order upon the scattered fragments of a disrupted soul. Pazuzu's breath has infused the system with a disorienting wind of chaos, scattering the natural order. Yet, this chaos is not without its geometric foundation. In the next section, we will explore the hexagon and cube, the very geometry of limitation that underpins this entire ritualistic structure. The Black Sun ritual doesn't just employ abstract energies, it is deeply rooted in sacred geometry, specifically the hexagon and the cube. These shapes are not arbitrary, but represent fundamental principles of limitation and structural confinement. The hexagon, with its 6 inward spiraling points, mirrors the vortex of Saturn's rings, symbolizing cyclic entrapment and the merging of opposing forces into a deceptive unity. The cube, representing material solidity and enclosed spaces, embodies the physical manifestation of this spiritual prison. Together, these forms create a geometric cage, a symbolic architecture that the Black Sun ritual uses to contain energy, to restrict spiritual evolution, and to reinforce the illusion of a material-bound existence. We've seen how the sacred geometry of the hexagon and cube forms the very structure of limitation within this ritual. But this structure is not just abstract, it is made manifest. In the next section, we will examine the ritual robes, the symbolic uniform of the unseen forces that operate within this system. The figures who enact the Black Sun ritual, whether in ancient times or hidden today, often don distinctive attire. These ritual robes are far more than mere garments. They are the uniform of the unseen, symbolic vestments that denote membership, lineage, and adherence to the binding principles of the ritual. The colors, the cuts, the intricate embroidery all carry specific energetic imprints, designed to align the wearer with the frequencies of dominion and to obscure their individual essence. They act as energetic conduits and protective sigils, signifying their role as agents of the Black Sun ritual, a cloaked brotherhood dedicated to maintaining the cosmic order of subjugation. These ritual robes signify the agents operating within this system, a uniform for those who serve the unseen, but their ultimate goal is not just control, but extraction. In the next section, we will delve into the chilling process of soul harvesting, the cycle of re-ensnarement that perpetuates the ritual. The ultimate purpose of the Black Sun ritual and all its intricate mechanisms is to facilitate a process known as soul harvesting. This is the cyclical re-ensnarement of consciousness, a cosmic farm where spiritual energy is systematically extracted and redirected. Souls are drawn into repeating life cycles, born with veils over their true awareness, and conditioned to contribute their vital essence to the architects of this system. Death is not an escape, but a transition back into the same system, a recalibration before the next harvest. The Black Sun ritual ensures this cycle continues indefinitely, feeding the entities that thrive on ensnared spiritual energy. We've uncovered the grim reality of soul harvesting, the endless cycle of re-ensnarement. But the perpetuation of this system relies on hidden knowledge, on texts that contain forbidden truths. In the next section, we will examine heretical texts, the conduits of forbidden frequencies that maintain the illusion. To maintain its grip, the Black Sun ritual relies on a suppression of authentic spiritual knowledge. Heretical texts are not merely banned books. They are repositories of forbidden frequencies, texts that contain the keys to true liberation and consciousness expansion. These writings often speak of the demiurge, of soul traps, and of methods to break free from karmic cycles. They are deemed heretical because they directly challenge the established order of the Black Sun ritual. By keeping these texts suppressed or their knowledge hidden, the architects of dominion prevent individuals from accessing the information that could disrupt the harvesting cycle and lead to true spiritual autonomy. These heretical texts hold the potential to disrupt the cycle of soul harvesting by revealing forbidden frequencies. But for those already caught in the cycle, or those who have been deeply influenced, there are ways to reclaim their inner power. In the next section, we will discuss exorcism protocols, the methods for reclaiming one's inner sanctum. For those who feel the oppressive weight of external control, for those yearning to break free from the imposed limitations, there are ancient protocols. These exorcism protocols are not just about banishing external entities, but are profound practices for reclaiming one's inner sanctum, the sacred space within the soul. They involve consciously reasserting sovereignty over one's thoughts, emotions, and energetic field. This process requires understanding the energetic signatures of manipulation and actively employing counter-frequencies, effectively cleansing the inner temple of any imposed influences and re-establishing direct connection to the divine source. It's about taking back the keys to your own consciousness. These exorcism protocols offer a path to reclaiming our inner sanctum, severing the ties of external control. Yet, the legacy of the Black Sun ritual isn't confined to ancient history. It echoes into our present. In the next section, we will explore how modern cults act as contemporary echoes of the Black Sun ritual. The Black Sun ritual, with its emphasis on hierarchical control, secret knowledge, and the manipulation of consciousness, has not vanished from the face of the earth. Its principles are alive and well, manifesting in various modern cults and clandestine organizations. These groups often mirror the ancient structures, employing similar symbolism, rituals, and methods of psychological manipulation to retain adherents and extract energy or resources. They offer a false sense of belonging and purpose, promising belonging in exchange for loyalty, all while subtly reinforcing the very patterns of dominion that the Black Sun ritual was designed to establish, making them contemporary vessels for its ancient agenda. Modern cults serve as living monuments to the Black Sun ritual, perpetuating its methods on a new stage. But recognizing these echoes is only the first step. In the final section, we will focus on recognizing the signal and how to forge the path to true autonomy. Making sure you're subscribed and have the notification bell on ensures you won't miss the next crucial step in this unfolding journey. We are on the precipice of understanding how to not just identify these influences, but to actively dismantle them. The signal of the Black Sun ritual is woven into the fabric of our modern world, from propaganda to consumerism, and its resonance can be felt in our own internal dialogues. Learning to discern its signature is the key to unlocking genuine autonomy. It's about awakening to the strings that have been pulling from the shadows and actively choosing a path of self-sovereignty, reclaiming the sacred space within yourself. Make sure to subscribe for more videos and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. We'll see you in the next one.